Ding 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 ding. Pressure. I'll be trapped. And if anybody gets the reference to that promo marketing thing, congratulations. How's it going, everybody? What day is it? Surprise! It's Sunday, and I figured, darn it, I hit the wrong button. I figured, hey, the power's on. There's nothing to do. So, we'll just kind of been sitting around. It is Sunday, yeah. No, I normally don't stream on the weekends, so it was a weird day for me. But we didn't have anywhere to go, nothing. Everything's shut down. So, I was like, well, we'll play some Secret of the Stars for a little while. Why not? Congratulations on being first, Mr. Temper, and welcome to the chat, Aegis Runestone. I also felt like this was a great opportunity to break some people's stream streaks. because that's just the kind of guy I am. So, yeah, buckle up. Looking forward to, I guess, sail on this boat. Get on the boat and sail away. Oh, nice. Okay, so I do enjoy when boats are speedy and you can sail quickly. Unlike a certain game we won't mention, whose initials are Uncharted Waters. It was a bit sluggish on that game. A bit sluggish. And why was it so sluggish, don't you know? Well, it was just, it was on the slow side. I did spot that. I sent you a GIF. I hope you appreciate the GIF. That was the extent of my adulation. No, just kidding. This is the extent of my adulation. Congratulations. The trick will be the get out of debt and stay out of debt. That's the hard part. We were out of debt before the hurricane. It was a year and a half ago. And then now, I've been in this tunnel. And then now we're back in debt, but we're going to be out of debt. We got a couple more months. You got to plan that stuff. But congratulations. Enjoy it. The sense of freedom. The easy sleeping. Oh boy, here we go. You know what? I just like reading your text saying, oh boy, here we go, with whatever it is that you have a beef with. So there you go. Major rage with a bingo card. No, I do feel bad. Oh, there goes Dan, like a putz. I do feel bad criticizing Uncharted Waters too heavily. I do think Uncharted Waters is a pretty good game. Hey, it worked that time. Okay. But yeah, I mean, objectively, you sail pretty slow on that game. That ought to be a normally understood thing. How's it going, Herb Kaiser? How are you? Thanks for joining us over on YouTube. So you have this game as an import. It has an interesting magic combination system. You're right. I just unlocked that last stream, I want to say. This is my first time ever playing through this game, so I'm not really sure what we're looking for, but these are some pretty slick sprites right here, let me tell you. I think that's not too bad. Just change the sailing speed in the options menu. I appreciate that you did not mention that once on all of these streams that I had mentioned that I thought the sailing speed was slow. You didn't mention it once. All right, we're going to get wiped here because this is what we do. I just got the boat, so I don't know, what's smooth sailing and what's not smooth sailing. But we're gonna just call it there. Let's go back to the old place of refuge. Oh, do we have another flyby? We do. Right here. Old Hill. Give it to me. The sailing speed in this game is crazy fast. Kaiser, you mentioned you had it as an import. Are you in the United States, or which country are you in that you had to get it on an import? Or did you just get the imported, you just get the Super Famicom version? Also, Landmine 36, welcome to our surprise Secret of the Stars stream today. Surprise. This is, there's nothing to do. So I think most people are inside, just kind of not doing much. So I figured we might as well play some video games. And call it a day. And, Dan is still pretty weak, so we're just going to auto a lot of these. This is going to be probably a longer, chill stream, Me too! I wonder if we're in the same area. The surprise is you only lost power for 4 seconds. I lost power for 4 seconds last night. We've got, wife and I work from home, so we have battery backups for our computer. And when the power goes out, they make like a beeping noise. And I heard the battery pack go off, and I was like, here we go. But then it came right back on. I heard the heater kick on, and I was like, oh, never mind. Oh, it never had a Euro release. Okay. So over in PAL region. From the Netherlands. Cool. That's a ways away. Thanks for watching today. You had the SNES US import. So I've tinkered around with playing PAL region carts on my North American Super Nintendo. Did you have to do anything special to get a North American cart to run on a PAL Super Nintendo? We're playing Crescent Tower. It's an interesting mix of FF1 and Wizardry. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've heard of that one. Dungeon Crawler? Too tired to get up and turn it back on? Yeah, I need to get in the habit of turning mine off because we do have frequent power outages and I don't want to put my PC through that. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, it'll be fine. Little sea dragon never hurt anybody. How's the temps where y'all are at? We went below freezing about 9 a.m. this morning. We're definitely not as bad as some areas in the country. I think right now it's 23, something like that. Maybe 25. I don't know. My kids and I will run out every once in a while just to see if anything's happening. And nothing's happening. It's just the ground's wet. There's a few things that are icy. Other than that, pretty boring, pretty underwhelming winter storm, if I do say so myself. Still 28-ish. Okay, so I have a feeling we're in the same general area, landmine. I had this adapter where you stuck a PAL cart in the front and then could run whatever US cart in the back slot. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Oh, did you have to go out this morning in the car? I went out just pick up some milk. And, you know, you don't want to run out of that stuff. The basics. So... But everything's okay. I got a wood burning fireplace, so if power does go out, we're still okay. Oh, you're at work now. Okay. Negative 22 Fahrenheit. Woof. Oh, speaking of woof, we're getting demolished here. There's a little bit of a nice difficulty bump. I wouldn't say spike. There was a nice little difficulty bump when you get on the boat. That's cool. Just like real life, because if you've ever been on a boat, you will know that that there's a bit of a life difficulty bump being on a boat. When my stepdad passed away last February. We were on a boat to scatter his ashes in Hilo Bay. That's back in Hawaii, my hometown. And his brother, my uncle, was piloting the boat. And he's getting a little older, you know. So we're like, I hope he doesn't, you know, run aground or anything here. And sure enough, we went out in the bay towards the break wall, and he did not see a rock, and he had a skiff, which is a flat bottom boat, I believe, and ran up right over the top of the rock. And I was like, if we go down here while trying to scatter ashes, I don't even know. It was a very strange experience. So boating is difficult. That's the moral of that story is boating is difficult, but boating's fun. Big fan of the ocean here. So try it sometime, I guess. I feel like some of y'all are so landlocked, you've probably never been in a boat. You may have never seen the ocean. I mean, I've spoken to some people and they're like, oh, I've never seen what the ocean looks like. How have you never seen the ocean? I don't know. Born inland. It happens. I remember getting a, every time I tell a random story like that, I think about things like, I remember there was a guy, I think it was on YouTube, who left me a comment like, you talk about too much random stuff. And I was just like, all right, then don't listen. Bye. But talking about random stuff, that is my privilege and my right as the streamer. Sunday stream. Sunday, streamy Sunday. Mr. Thou and Major Rage TV. Ahoy there, mighties. Come on aboard. We're going to be sailing the seas here. We're going around on boats and telling random stories, evidently. Looking for a cove. Any of these things could be a cove. Galveston Island. Yeah, so we are nearby each other. Yeah, Galveston Island. Did you go to Galveston Island in a boat? Galveston's pretty cool. Half the year, all your water is frozen. Like the ocean too? Or how's that work? I think we're all doing pretty good. I'm doing good. Major Rage, we're at, what is it, like 25 degrees outside, something like that. And it's not bad conditions at all. We had a few snow flurries last night, some freezing rain, but right now it's just wet and below freezing. Tomorrow, it will probably have some black ice on the road, so we're not going anywhere. Kids, their school was canceled, so I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow as long as the power's on. Oh, on the ferry. That's cool. No, I have been on a ferry before. I had to stop to remember that. You're nowhere near all your rivers and lakes freeze over. No boating unless it's summertime. Have you been to the ocean? That's my next question. If you've never been to the ocean, you cannot give me any tips on how to play Uncharted Waters. You just can't. I refuse to accept tips on Uncharted Waters from somebody who's never been to the ocean. But I'm sure you've been to the ocean. You've been to the ocean for sure. Ah, the Pacific, the best ocean, one would say. You know, I would say that. Okay, so I could see a couple of things we could reach now that I couldn't quite reach before. I'm just gonna kind of systematically look around and see what I can find by going around on the boat. This is that moment where things kind of open up because suddenly you've got a good means of transportation. There is like an island in the middle of like a lake or something further down, so I'm gonna go down there. Cold and wet, so no snow or ice for y'all. Let's see. You're still looking for the cove. You found it last stream, but we're told you needed 2 MacGuffins. Sweet. So we got the gold nails last stream. Struggling to remember now. It's been a day. We got the boat, obviously. I'm on a boat. If I did make it to the cove last stream, I don't remember. I probably didn't realize I was at a cove last stream. There's a lot of things looking at the map that look like coves. So my tactic now is I'm just gonna look around, see what there is to see, and do that. Yeah, and everything will be a-okay. I guess. I don't know. No, full of a took. There you go. Oh man, this is so much better than Uncharted Waters sailing. Less realistic though. I get it. Uncharted Waters, this is not a bagging on Uncharted Waters. Uncharted Waters is a simulator. So you expect some of that level of inconvenience that comes from reality. And that's 100% what they did. No, it was not bait. I backtracked it. Oh, we're near it at the moment. So what is it, that guy's house where Shaq was? The guy who was talking gibberish about the monster and the cove and blah, 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 blah. This is Bonsley over here, isn't it? I need to go sweepy by. Bait. Oh, you're gonna accuse me of bait. That's like the shark accusing the fish of being predatory. Oh, there ain't no thing in there. The water beside the cove has weird colors. Why? Why does the water beside it have weird colors? Oil spill? Ah, gotta be an oil spill. This is a JRPG, so either it's an industrial disaster or some kind of god coming up out of the water to destroy the world. Those are the two options. Meow. I do like these shark sprites. I know enough about sharks to know that these look like reef sharks to me. They might not be reef sharks. Oh yeah, we got new magic, didn't we? What the heck is land? I'm gonna... Well, no, I'm not. See, he doesn't have any more stuff. Yeah, there's a couple... Antspol. It costs 0 to use? Okay, let's see what that does. Oh, there's bomb. We could combine with... I don't know how this works. This is my first time checking it out. Let's see. Nothing happened. Just remember that, actually, that we can now start combining stuff. So let's see. We're gonna do freeze there. We'll try storm there. And we'll try that there and that there, and then we'll combine and see. I don't know. Let's try this. See what happens. Might need to pull up the manual for this one. Again, I haven't looked at the manual yet. This is a first playthrough, which I'm treating as a blind playthrough. I like to let the game kind of explain itself, but I don't know. I don't think I've run across a tutorial for combining magic inside this game yet. I know the 2 shrine bosses talked about it. Is this a weird color right here, or is that it? See, on the map I thought there was an island. I could not see that from the shore, or I didn't see that from the shore. This is the cove, I guess. It could be a bay, but they called it a cove. Problem is, geologically, this looks identical to other structures on this world map. It's bigger than many of them. And it has a glowing point in the middle. But the glowing point, that's how you can tell there's something there. So that's what we're going to go with. We did it! We found the mythical seahorse. Ladies and gentlemen, Imp Black Belt, how are you? Alright, so what do I do? Wow. Oh no, Bladefish. I'm a little tired. Hi, little tired. I'm the well-read mage. Nah, I'm sorry to hear that you're tired. Get some rest. You know? You got anything going on today, or are you able to have a good day of rest? We're just chilling here at home. There's nothing going on, so I was like, you know what? I'll be streaming today. Sneak in a few Sea of the Stars. I'm surprised anybody showed up too. Like, I don't know what you got going on. You might have busy stuff going on, but unless we got nothing, let's try a couple of things. Or we could go talk to that guy at the house again and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, yeah. Now, you mentioned you were doing a staycation, right? I'm going to talk to this guy again. I would not want to travel. Hey, how's it going, James? Yes, surprised it is Monday. Third strongest mole, busy doing nothing. There's a, isn't there a joke about that on Earthbound? Oh boy, here we go with Earthbound. There's a joke on Earthbound about getting threatened with being arrested or handcuffed for standing around doing nothing, something like that. Winter has come. But it is Sunday. It is Sunday. So happy Sunday to everybody. I usually don't stream on the weekends. I'm happy to be here with you. A horrible ancient monster is sleeping in this cove. Okay, so when he said this cove, he meant that large body of water on the right that you probably couldn't tell it was a cove from the land, but that's what it is. Okay, Dr. Ash or something like that hasn't been here. I hear that great fuel can be made from the monster's body. Wonder though, what will it take to wake up the monster? Shall we call upon the power of the 2 stones that are said to be in the sea? Okay, so these are the McGuffagoos that we need to find. Dominic Ashtier, how is it going? In Moonside. There's the guy that says, don't interrupt me when I'm busy doing nothing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's the joke I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm misremembering it as a one-at police officer who threatens you for standing around. It's been a long time since I played Earthbound. I would love to play Earthbound next. But we gotta finish this. And then we need to finish Ultima Blackgate. Dominic Ashtier, I hope you're well. Thanks, folks, for coming in today. How the heck are you? Happy Sunday. How's the weather doing for you? I enjoy good weather. I also enjoy when there are things that are kind of like common experiences across the world. So it's pretty neat that, you know, people can actually share the common experience of like, hey, it's cold out. Cold outside. Except for my family back in Hawaii. Mom sent me a picture of the ocean. I decided I'm not going to speak with her again. Terrible. Thanks, Mom. All right. I guess let's come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me. You want to live where the palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Oh, I couldn't do it. I tried to do a Bing Crosby, my voice cracked. Mele Kaliki Maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Bing Crosby, ladies and gentlemen. What a legend. Okay, there's a foot of snow. Ooh. That's a lot of snow for this tropical boy. I don't know. I like the idea of snow. You know, like I was kind of bummed that we didn't get snow when I woke up this morning. I was like, man. But then every time it snows, I'm like, I'm good after 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back inside. Power didn't go out. Nice. Another day of storms going through tonight. Oh, really? Trying to ruin watch streaks. I made that joke earlier, Baron. Actually, yes. I am trying to ruin your watch streaks. And you're foiled again. I wouldn't have gotten away with it, too, if we weren't for your meddling kids. Let's see who the well-read mage really is. And you pull my face off, and there's just a gaping void that then sucks all of reality into it and creates a new reality inside called Reality 2. Baron, how you doing? Followage? What is that? I don't know what that means. Can't lose the secret of the stars watch streak. Ooh. I gotta figure out a more clever way to break the streak. Maybe I'll stream tonight at like 4 in the morning. I'll teach you rascals. I'll turn off my notifications. Let's see, we're not gonna do that. Let's be a little more we'll be a little more what am I trying to say? Careful here, I guess. Now, Dan's got to heal. That's not too bad. Oh, did it work? See, I'm looking at the OBS screen, so I can't see. Oh, how did you do that? A major rage you could trigger a notification about a watch streak. 20 stream watch streak? Are you kidding me? That's wild. I mean, thank you, first of all. I can't imagine watching me for 20 streams, honestly. That's pretty good. You must not have it. Oh, okay. I don't know how to enable it. Oh no! Almost died there. Chris BG99, how's it going? And on the YouTube end today, hey? Let's see. Mr. T lookalike hanging out with the invisible man. What? What are we talking about today? I don't know. I already forgot. I lost track of the conversation. It happens though. I won't beat myself up for it. No. Games that do not heal if you're at full health. Never thought I would miss that. Yo, what's up, Jolly Jared? I guess nobody's gonna break their streams today. Or their streak stream. Streak stream! Welcome to the party, pal. How's it going, Jolly Jared? Are you feeling extra jolly today? Ghost Cave. Oh, the name tracks. It is the Ghost Cave. No, terrible monsters live in this cave. Magician Murray tells me not to let anyone enter. No one can go on from here unless Murray allows. The other one says the same thing. All right. Well, that's what's in here, I guess. Always jolly. Well, that's a good perspective on life right there. Plugged in SNES and played an hour Chrono Trigger. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well done. I had a chat with some people I'd never met on socials about Chrono Trigger. It's funny when I run into people who are like, they'll say things like, I'm sick and tired of people acting like Chrono Trigger's this great RPG. And I feel like that's more like an aggravation with, thanks for the Blue Mage Redemption, Wacy. That's more of an aggravation with fandoms than it is about the game itself. I just told him, I was like, I'm not acting like it's a great RPG. I think it's a great RPG. In actuality. I'm not pretending, you know? But that sounds like a good time. This is the way. That's what we get. I already want to play Chrono Trigger again, and I already got all the endings recently. Sad. You know what we should do next time is get a maxed out everything. Just min-max everything. Okay. I'm gonna scout around and see if anybody has any info about stuff. Wacy, how's everything for you and the fam? I hope things are well and you're safe and warm. That goes for everybody. Except, no, it goes for everybody. Don't give up. Hang in there. Rebuild the town. It goes for everybody. I hope you all stay safe. No power outages. I saw in my state there were 150,000 people without power. That's a lot of people. Sip that dumb imp. I would never say that. I would never say dumb. I may say let him freeze, but I would never say dumb. Too much vocab. Took me years to like it. First played on PS1 and a friend says copy. Oh, cool. I mean, it happens sometimes. I've met people who downright hate that game. Sometimes it seems like they hate it because other people like it, and I have met people who have told me, I think it's too popular, and it's caused people to ignore other games. And I'm like, that's chip on your shoulder territory. But the PS1 version is not a fun version to play. I will say that. It's got the issues. It has it's got those really long load times, like really long. Your husband is suffering. You can't get Pepsi. No. Ah, not the Pepsi. We need Pepsi. The Wasey household needs the Pepsi. Maybe there will be a miracle from heaven and a spear of light shoots down like a ray from the heavens and parts the paths of ice so that you can get yon Pepsi. I don't know. Not a real person. Second IV bag of coffee. Nice. PS1, yeah, and the early Steam version before they fixed a lot of stuff. You come to realize Square was pretty lousy at porting Chrono Trigger. Pretty lousy. Like they ported 2 busted versions. There's only been like 4 ports. Oh, there's the mobile port, I guess. You count that. How's it going? Blabbity blibbity blabbidill. Beppus. How are you doing? That was fun to say. How's everything going on this fine, fine cold Sunday? See, and I would like the DS version content and the DS version stuff, but on a big screen. I don't want to play Chrono Trigger on a little screen. That's like watching 2001 A Space Odyssey on your cell phone. I want a big screen, you know? Radiant Historia. I think I would like Radiant Historia. Yeah. Pepsi Man. Oh, is that a red mage? A little red mage emote? You already made my day. Thanks for making my day. It is a day which has now been successfully made. Okay, I don't know where to go for this, so let me look at the map again and see what else I might find. There was a house south of that cave, so I'm gonna go look down there. There's also well, that's surrounded by mountains. I don't know if I can get in there. There's an island on the far right side of the world with some houses on it. Oh, there's the starting island right in the middle of the ocean. And there's an island south of that. So we'll look. I'm gonna look here first. That's what we're gonna do. Bam. 13-inch TV, which I think is the best size for CRTs, nice and light. Yeah, if they get too big, then they're unwieldy. Like literally, you couldn't even use it as a weapon. If you put it above a door, you could drop it on burglars, I guess. But then you'd have to play the TV, looking above the door. Oh, you too are an enjoyer of red hats. Oh, we got another emote there. You know, that's great. I think because the hat makes the mage. It really does. I mean, look at the black mage. Even white mages, they have a hoodie on, and they're like, a hoodie is also a hat. It's a jacket and a hat. HD CRD at nearly 200 pounds. Is it a Trinitron? Mine's a Trinitron Wega, whatever the difference is. I'm not one of those technical nerds. I can't tell you, the difference between all those things. You could drop it on an opera floozy. Oh, you could do that. I mean, hoisting it up, that's like getting hit with a piano. 14-inch Sony Trinitron consumer TV set. Oh, this reminds me. Did you see that Sony... I'm going to forget what the story is. Sony sold the manufacturing of their TVs to TCL, I think it was. Something like that. Something like that. All right, let's try this little combo thing again. Oh, I screwed it up already. Never mind. Yeah, see, that's why nobody likes blue mages. They don't have a hat. If they had a hat, well, they give them a hat later on, right? We're thinking the blue mage from like Final Fantasy friggin' 5. But I think they have a hat by the time you get to like 14, right? They've got their little Phantom of the Opera mask. But yeah, then they give them like an admiral hat. It's one of those hats that look like they took a red mage hat and turned it sideways and they were like, done. Make it blue. CL usually makes good budget TVs that input lag on the low end. Good for gaming. Well, that's cool. Yeah, all that. There's stuff that's too technical for me. I cannot play my games. That's all I care about. Plus, I'm mostly playing RPGs. The input lag doesn't bother me too much, unless I'm playing like a fighting game. There's a lot of enemies here, you guys. I don't know about all this. Oh yeah, we still gotta try the curiously named land spell. Alright, let's try that. I guess see what happens. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how combination magic works here. Sonya was losing money for the mana extraction inside and lost a lot. Yeah. It feels like the end of an era, but that's alright. Mega Man is basically a blue mage. You're right. You're right. Mega Man is basically a blue mage. I feel like blue mages in Final Fantasy, to me, they're either like really, really ineffective at anything, or they have like 2 or 3 spells that break the game. That's how it goes with blue mages for me. That, and I forget to I gotta have him get hit by this spell in order for him to learn it and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Yep. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. I do like that that they get married to Vivi. That's one of my favorite moments in that game. In FF6, I always jokingly say, did FF6 really need 3 blue mages? I don't think so, personally. There's a lot of monster spells in that game. Okay, this is our little starting island. A little baby starting island. Thought the whole island blew up. Honestly, it looks fine to me. Is it just like everybody's gone? That's it? See if there's anything else here. A Geo Dancer! A Geo Dancer. I mean, that should be a thing. Yeah, he's like a blue dragoon. And he's got some dragoony stuff going on. It is interesting when you get like a character that's kind of like a canon fusion of stuff. Was I pooping on FF6? Boy, if you count that as pooping on FF6, that very, very light comment, then you must have some Final Fantasy VI insecurity, and I'll pray for you. I will. I'll say, dear Lord, please help Mr. Temper with his video game insecurity, and let him accept that other people have thoughts on video games. And may be cured of his solipsism, amen. There you go, that was just for you. Is secure in its quality as an excellent RPG. There you go. I like that. That was truer words have never been said. And that's why I really like, and I've said this before, the best thing you could say about a game is its reputation speaks for itself. And FF6 is praised enough it can handle a few snide remarks. Making up words again? Okay. It keeps getting done dirty. What's the dirty done that happened to FF6? Because I feel like that question could be answered in many different ways depending on what kind of Square fan you might be. Oh, blah, 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 Dill said, FF6 doesn't have red mages, it can't be good. Oh, that's funny. Romaro is the best character, no debate. Yeah, I always love... Okay, I'm going to slap you guys with this from FF6. I love when people say, the best thing about FF6 is anybody could be the main character. What a dumb thing to say. Let me just say that. What a silly thing to say. Do you honestly think that Gao is the main character of Final Fantasy VI? Do you honestly think that being an ensemble means that Umaro, Mog, or Gogo are could be the main character of Final Fantasy VI? Like, I get Avengers was an ensemble movie, but it's not like Hawkeye was the main character. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Terra and Celeste, for sure. Celeste for the second half, Terra for the first half. Kefka is the main character. Wasey might be the only one that is enamored with 6. You could be, but that's okay because that makes it special. Never got a 3D remake. See, for me, that's a plus. I am happy that 6 has not been Mickey Moused by the Kathleen Kennedys of Square Enix. I don't need to see it. Whatever they're gonna do, it's a very different company today. I don't need them mucking with great things from the past. Give me a good authentic port and I'm happy. 7. See, look at what, like, I would not wish what is happening to Final Fantasy VII upon Final Fantasy VI. I never would wish that upon Final Fantasy VI. Like, they have turned Final Fantasy VII into a cash cow. It's a dead horse that they just keep beating over and over again. An endlessly beating drum. Like, there are plenty of things in the 7 compilation that are not great. That are pretty cringy. I would hate to see that happen to Final Fantasy VI. And it's why when people are like, oh, they need to remake Chrono Trigger, oh, they need to make like a Chrono Trigger sequel, a direct sequel. I'm just like, do they though? I don't know about that, you guys. This is a very different company that we're talking about today. Everyone but Amaro could be a red mage. See, this is unfair, though. Red mages are special. It's the hat. If you can't put the hat on, you can't be a red mage. But Mog was on the cover. Then around Locke and Celeste, Terra goes out of commission for like 30% of the game in total. But then she's there for 70% of the game, right? Like, I think Locke definitely is a deuteragonist. Like, 100%. That dude's a second fiddle. No, that's mean. He is definitely a supporting character, in my view. Like, here's the Tolkien reference for the day. Like, I would never say that Samwise Gamgee is the main character of the Lord of the Rings. But Samwise Gamgee in many ways becomes the hero of the Lord of the Rings. But he's definitely a supporting character, right? Like, the main character is Frodo. Frodo Baggins of the Shire. Setzer was in Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, Big Joe in with the suplex reference. How's it going? I do like about 6's story as well in Black Belt. I'd curse the game to Unreal Engine 5. You know what you could do? You could curse a game to the Luminous Engine. That's the one that they made 2 bangers with, Final Fantasy 15 and Forspoken. Ooh. That'll do it. Don't be a hater. Somebody elsewhere is like, you know what? I have my official Umaro account, and this is Umaro Erasure. You get canceled for that sort of thing. Yeah, 6 getting endless remakes and reboots by people who didn't even work on 6. That'd be... Oof, no thank you. Chrono Cross. Yeah, Chrono Cross inhabits this interesting spot. So, like, the developers of Chrono Cross, I believe this is a quote from Kitase, as well as somebody else who worked on this. There's 2 folks who mentioned this. That Chrono Cross is not a sequel to Chrono Trigger 2. They said, or we would have, or it's not a sequel to Chrono Trigger, beg your pardon. Or we would have called it Chrono Trigger 2. I think they treated Chrono Cross as like a spin-off of Chrono Trigger, which I think it partially makes it really interesting. And I'm not, again, I'm not really interested in seeing like a Chrono Trigger 2, like a direct sequel for Chrono Trigger. I don't think it needs one. Sometimes a story needs continuing. You know, if a story needs to be told, cool. But if it's just to say, well, I wonder what would happen, then that's what fan fiction's for. You know what I'm saying? Given the Blizzard Orb. Hat with a feather. Yeah, no hat, no mage. Right there. I think Chrono Cross is pretty great, though. I mean, all that aside. Some people will be like, you think it's a spin-off? You must hate it. I'm like, no. Them's just the facts. I like Chrono Cross quite a bit, though. I think it has one of the strongest soundtracks on the PS1. Flat out. Photo Ring Convention. Whip them bigger cards out. Oh, Automod got you? Let me see what that was all about. I think we can allow that. Yeah, we can allow that, Automod. Automod didn't like a word there. Samwise carried the iron pots all the way. That boy. Frodo wouldn't have gotten very far without Sam. It's in the lore. The strategy with elemental fields. Oh yeah, it kind of gives you like a, hey, you need to think about you know, what order of things you're gonna do here. Like, that's pretty neat. What I didn't like about the combat in Chrono Cross is you can pretty much use any character. Like, there's no real special thing about any of the characters, barring a few really minor stuff. And there's too many of them. There are too many. I will go to my grave saying that. There are too many characters in Chrono Cross that are playable. Floppy sweet potato fries? What? Alright, let's try this. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's try it. Bolt magic. Massive love-hate for 15. Most of it is hate for me. It's a game that I've said it's fun to play. 15. Just don't stop and think about anything. You know, just catch your chocobos, catch your frogs, go fishing, cook, drive around, and that's it. Chrono Cross is a very colorful game, for sure. Yeah, like Poshul. I once asked. I had a guy on my podcast years ago, a good friend of mine, 16-bit dad, who's gone on to really good things. I think he's a developer now. But we were talking about that, whether there are too many characters or not. He was adamant that there's just enough. And I was like, if you were missing one of the characters, like, would it really matter? You know, like say Poshul wasn't in the game as a playable character. Would it really matter? The story would be exactly the same, right? Like, so stuff like that. Like, they're window trappings. In Black Belt, you've never played FF7? I would say play the original Final Fantasy VII. I would. Play it on original hardware if you can. Are all the characters in Chrono Cross as pointless as the characters in Valkyrie Profile? So, most of the characters in Chrono Cross are pointless, yeah. There's like, I would say there's like 5 maybe that are like crucial to the story as far as playable cast goes. The alien with a ray gun. Yeah. You get more eyes. All right, we're here at the town of More Eyes. Any suggestions the best way to play it? Yeah. I would say the original is fine as is. Like, most people are gonna be like, yeah, the graphics is not that bad. To those people, I just tell them, you know. I would definitely say play the original version before you try any hacks or mods, so that you have a frame of reference, you know? Those translations sucks. This translation are bad. Who cares about graphics? There you go, right there. I just had to throw that out there because I know there's some people who are like, I literally can't play. Like, one guy told me, he was like, I literally can't play anything on PS1. It gives me a headache. I was like, if you get a headache from Symphony of the Night, you got too many headaches. That's what you got. You gotta get that sorted out. Okay, item shop. I got the same old junk. You failed English. That is impossible. And for a moment, I'm like, are we making fun of 7 or are we making fun of Secret of the Stars? Can't tell. 70,000 gold. Ah! Cool. Neat. Is that what it was? We got 17k. Yeah, we could upgrade to gear, I guess. Do stuff. Game fun me like. Yeah, it reminds me of the conversation we had talking about Unicorn Overlord. Being a gameplay first person means that gameplay is primary, but being it's somebody who looks at a game holistically, I think you can enjoy a game and also criticize it in a number of different ways. Yeah, like I think it's fair to say that the graphics are not spectacular on Final Fantasy VII in many instances, but I think the game's perfectly playable. Perfectly. To be honest, I like 15. Oh no, Wacy. I had a hairball for a second. Let's see. Tenant telling the cancel deals. Here's the cool. Yes, own the book that replaced them. I feel like the homework that you had to do to understand or enjoy 15 is the steep ask. So I watched Kingsglaive beforehand. I was like, neat. Seemed uneventful, and I didn't understand the point of that movie existing, but neat. Oh, there's our Moai. It's not a video game until there's a Moai. And then I played 15 and at day 1. I played the day 1 version of 15. I was like, cool. So did they just take the story out of this game and put it into like bumper stickers and comic books and pogs and t-shirts, tattoos, temporary tattoos, not real tattoos, and like other games and stuff? Yeah, why does Kingsglaive exist? Why is there no, like, almost zero story in 15? So that by the time I got to the end, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like Noctis, like he's like, I love you guys, and I'm like, cool, because I hung out with these bros. You know, that's the sense of 15. Did I do anything that I understood or felt meaningful with them? I don't think so. You know, so Noctis to me just felt like another stuck-up, emotionally constipated Final Fantasy character. You know, it'd be nice to get a Final Fantasy protagonist who's like a little more mature than like a teenager, and maybe not like a sword user. You know, start to get a little more unique. People were like, "Oh, Clive is a mature character." I was like, didn't they just want to tell a story about an angry man? I don't know. Like, give me some character depth here. Reel me back in, Final Fantasy. Kingsglaive is a cash grab. That whole game is a cash grab. There's a freaking cup noodle quest. Literally. Right, but they put the DLCs, they put the good story in the DLCs. Which is by the time I finished 15, I was like, I've had enough of this. I'm not going to buy any DLC. Yeah, it was, I don't get it. I bought the, what is the like the full version of 15 called? Oh, he ages up to 30 by having one of those scruffy mustaches you get when you're 15. Yeah, it looks real mature. He's real mature. A royal, yeah. So I bought that version. I was like, I'll get around to this someday, because benefit of the doubt, they fixed the game. But Final Fantasy 15, I'll tell you, is one main reason why I will never buy a day one game from Square Enix, for sure. But never buy a day one game again, unless it's something I know. Like they're not gonna screw up a Mario game. You know, like I could buy a Mario game day one. I know what I'm gonna get. But friggin' no, can't do it. This is like 50 at the end of 16 because time has no meaning. Wow. All right, back to this thing. Although the people of this island are a little strange, they're nice. Oh my, you guys look strange. Oh, these are my people. These are the islanders. This is the South Island Moais. Is it because Moais are here? What the? My mom tells me not to play with the kids on the island. Does that seem right? Oh, there's just like soft racism in here. That's not soft racism. It's just straight up racism. Although I've been on this island for quite some time, I still don't have any friends here. Probably because you're racist. Yeah, 16. By the time 16 came out, I'd already heard Yoshi P say too many things. So I was like, I'm not gonna. Plus, when that thing came out, I was like, there's nothing worth playing on the PS5 yet. So I still haven't played 16, and it's probably going to be a while. Not a huge rush. After, you know, reliable people tell me that it barely felt like an RPG. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'll wait on that one. But yeah, buying 15 day one, I was so excited too. I remember I was so excited. My wife was there. We're hanging out. I was like, oh, we're going to kick back and watch 15. And then their trashy, like, hoochie mama comes on. Can I fix y'all's car for you? And my wife was like, what is this? And I was like, I did not know this was in here, honey. I beg your pardon. Please don't leave me. So, so that was embarrassing. Thanks a lot, Square. But yeah, from now on, Square Enix, you wait till you get a sale. Well. I like this island because it's peaceful. One thing though, peace allows me to eat and get fat. Oh, I've found my people. I found my people. Yeah, it's okay. There's too many good games already, right? Like we were talking about Forspoken, and a guy's like, it's not that bad. People are just overly sensitive. I was like, you know, when this thing came out, imagine paying $60 and you get a just okay game. Like there's already way too many games to play that are better for your buck than that. I don't want to pay $60 just to play a so-so adventure. Make a Final Fantasy where the main character is a dad trying to save his kid. That would be cool. That would be cool. Get away from like the, hey guys, we all thought this was cool in high school. And get to like, you know, some real character development. I'm not saying go full on God of War or Ragnarok or anything like that, but you know, give me some stuff. And tone it down too. Golly. Making stuff just for people in their 18s. Okay, they say there is an old treasure on this island. I wonder what it is like. This treasure. Yeah, and I there's so much I avoid about Final Fantasy news. So I wonder how I would feel about Royal without knowing that, right? Without knowing, hey, they promised multiplayer and then they did this instead. And just looking at it like, this is the game as it is standalone. I'm not watching Kingslave, I'll tell you that. You need a snack, Jolly? I'm glad you're back. You could get Royal pretty cheap now, too, so there's that. Yeah, it's mostly kids. Why? Why is it mostly kids in RPGs? In JRPGs? Yeah, E3-3, I would love to play that. I really would. See, I would play that before I would replay 15 or try 16. Or Forspoken, for that matter. And I do enjoy how, like... I do enjoy. That's the wrong way to say it. It's interesting that, like, that first year after 16 was out, you could not say, hey, this doesn't really feel like a Final Fantasy, or it's so-so, without getting crucified. I mean, people would come after you for that. It's like they're sitting on the search engine all day looking for people to mention. Or they got notifications for Final Fantasy 16. But now it seems like things have kind of settled out, you know? Wolder Hunt, how's it going? Oh my, you guys look strange. I guess you guys are sailing all over the world. Do you know about the mystery continent? My grandpa says it's above our continent. Do you think this is true? Sure, maybe. The 288th out of 288th achievement for Dead by Daylight. So you got all the achievements. Whoa! They weren't kidding about more eyes in here. You are Alcatalion? I am Custera. I have a favor to ask of you. You have not become a true warrior yet. When 4 Banalets and a prosperous wise man join, the true Alcatalion will be realized. You better go seek out 4 shrines to get the real power of Alcatalion. At that time, please come back to me. I will have something to ask. Okay, so we got 2 out of 4 for the shrines. Devil May Clive? That's actually hilarious. Here's what I wish Phantoms were better at. I wish Phantoms were better at taking jokes as jokes. Like, Devil May Clive is applaudibly clever. And yet people would probably hear that and be like, you know what? I'm going to dox you for that. 995.2 hours? I don't know if I've played any game that much. Maybe Stardew Valley. I don't know. People are mad. It has Easter Island. I was delighted to see it. Delighted to see. I would say representation matters to those to whom it matters. Right there, I felt a little tingle of joy. I was like, thank you, Sea of Stars. Thank you. It has actual Japan. Because that was not really Rapa Nui. I mean, you know, we're being a little tongue-in-cheek here. It's ahead of its time. What was its time, like 12 BC or something like that? 10k hours on DBD, but there's a challenge. Can't see what we get. 10,000 hours. What is 10,000 hours? Like, put that in perspective for me. Like, what is 10,000 hours, really? Like, how many hours are there in a year? I gotta look this up. Now I'm curious. Oh, so 10,000 hours is actually more hours than in a year. There are 8,760 hours. My gosh. That's the meme of games in a day versus games in today's games. What? Jolly? Start of the... It looks like it cut off Wilderham. Now, you're not going to say since the start of the year. Oh, start of the pandemic. Got it. It just was... It was not scrolling down for me. I think I've done multiple 300 to 500 hours in Stardew across different playthroughs. And I want to say that's my most played game in terms of hours. We had 10,000 hours in one game. That would probably have to be a multiplayer game, because I don't know how you could generate that much content time in like a single player game. I don't know. Do you stream, Wolderhund? And with that amount of hours, you could get some serious stream time in. You do not. Have you considered it before? I do like Terraria, yeah. I think they just put out a new expansion for it too. I've not heard of that one. Core Keepers. Or maybe I have. Dun dun dun. Most toxic multiplayer game in the West. How have you spent that much time on a game that toxic with multiplayer though? I don't understand. And I'm only asking questions. Obviously, I get asking questions can sound judgmental. I'm asking questions out of curiosity. Oh, it's Star Ocean till the end of time, specifically. Alright, let me pull up my map here. Take a look at what they got. I would like to... I don't think there's anything for me to do over there. Sailing around the horn here. I mean, is this really supposed to be like the real world map? Let's see here. Well, we could go all the way up north. There's like a little snowy place. Let's get full on this stuff here. Oh man, God bless sailing speeds. Wow. Some people enjoy the toxicity. The irony of Mr. Temper saying that. I mean, I think you'd have to have that kind of tenaciousness to play that game, though. I think my toxic gameplay is just social media at this point. I don't think I will ever play another MMO. I realized. I don't think I can do it. Daily? Yeah. Yeah, me and Landmine are the same wavelength right there. Any player should ever be forced to apologize for using an in-game mechanic as needed. How could other players force somebody to apologize anyway, though? I guess they could wield, like, ostracization or something like that. Let's get this here. Right. Boom. Right there. Oh man, yeah, Big Joe. It's gone so crazy online. I've kind of, since what happened to me last year, my new tactic is like, if somebody's gonna get in my face, I'm just gonna quote tweet. That's it. Not put them on, not drag them out and be like, hey, you should, financially ruin this person. But hey, I think this is funny, kind of thing. As most of it is like, you just gotta laugh it off at a certain point. Recovering legaholic. Yeah, so I do know that at least about Dead by Daylight. You got the attacker, and then you got the monster, and then the survivors. Which is a cool concept. It's a neat concept. Okay, let's see what they got in here. What town is this? Oh, here's our quote-unquote Japan. Japan! Onsaka. Short bow, ninja sword, ninja stir, and steel spur. Well, let's see about this here. I really don't want to give up my gun. I just think it's so cool that he uses a gun, but that's just so much better. Oh, the music is pretty cool here. It's a short loop, though, isn't it? So that's going to get irritating fast. Vel, how's it going? We do have Dan the Man. Vel, I can't remember. You did mention that you were familiar with this game then? Day after day, war after war. What will happen to this country? Who are you fighting against? There's like 10 towns in this whole game. This is Japan. Oh, actually, I responded by saying this is Japan because I saw a geisha walking around, and I was like, oh look, that's obviously Japan. And then I heard the music after that. But yeah, this is pretty Japan sounding music, I would say. Vel, I hope you're staying warm. We've kicked 2 shrines' butts, so we need to get the 3rd and 4th shrine butt kicked. It's how people talk, right? Like, you use your character's power, that's a crutch. It's weird. It's weird. There's some serious insecurity out there. Ragnarok Online, I've heard of that one. Whew. 2003. The Wild West. Things have never gotten less wild. For me, my big MMOs were DC Universe Online. And which I played too much of. Which a guy faked his own death to try and get his character back into my guild after he got kicked for harassing the female characters. And not even players. Anybody who played as a female character in my league, he would go around harassing. It was weird. And I played a lot of Dungeon Fighter Online, which I think is amazing. Nobody talks about DFO. And then tried 14 so many times, can't do it. So I've given up on MMOs. Rougher fights and they're behind on XP. Dungeon Fighter Online, yeah, it's a Korean RPG. Beat 'em up. It's a roll 'em up. It's actually extremely successful. Like, if you look up Dungeon Fighter Online, oh, Mole knows. Yeah, it's like an arcade style RPG MMO. It's so cool. The only thing that broke my addiction to it is Nexon shut down the US servers. And I was like, well, okay, well, screw you guys. And then they brought it back later, and I was like, I can't go back to that. Yeah, you should check it out. It's pretty stylish. It has some pretty cool stuff in it. It's very MMO-y. I mean, the UI is a mess. Tons of numbers all over the friggin' screen all the time. But what a cool combination. Yeah, grouping is fun in DFO. Solo leveling is totally possible too. Okay, what? Kids shouldn't come in here. This is not a place for kids to come. Well, if you see the painted face, you know. You should not be going in there. Since there are 2 countries in this small island, the war never ends. Okay, now look. I walked in, I think here? Yeah. I saw this NPC and was like, oh, Japan. And they literally say, welcome to Onsaka. This guy's a giveaway, too. This is the town of Onsaka on the island of Japan. Oh, Japan? Let's see what you guys are doing. Item shop, we could buy a meatball. Sure, why not? I like meatballs. I like meatballs. What else you guys got? We got some armor here. I get rid of this. Almost never use those. Get rid of this. Almost never use those. No, my right gun. I love you. Okay, it's getting warm in here because wife has got a heater turned on. So give me a second. About to crash it. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, I just walked in this store. It doesn't know how to plug a hole in the tire. Yeah, I think I will be right back too. Give me a second here. I'm gonna grab some drink. Welcome back, me. All right, let's continue exploring Japan here. So if this is Japan, what does that make? Were we in America? What was the island that we started off in, like the middle of the? It was like the Maldives or something. Iron armor, Musia suit. Okay. War helm. So 3 war helms, 2 Musia suits. Musia buy these suits. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, did we already have? Oh no, there we go. Whew. Thought I had the wrong thing. But then I didn't, so everything was fine. War helm. I'm allergic to equipping things. Oh yes. The hat. There you go. Some much needed defense for Dan. Dan the man. And now we'll sell off some of this stuff here. Angle hat. Cowboy hat. Oh, that reminds me. I'm on a Western movie kick right now. Currently watching through the Dollar Trilogy. Just finished for a few dollars more last night. And so The Good, Bad, and the Ugly is next. Saw the original True Grit before that. I like John Wayne. I do. So that was great to watch. There's a great fight scene at the end of that movie. Uh-oh, what did I see? Bless you. Thank you very much. Fur coat in there that Dan could equip. Did I sell it? Oh, this is Leona anyway. Oh, there's leather armor. Leather armor! Oh, you a big fan of spaghetti westerns with the Eastwood. Have you seen many of the spaghetti westerns before Clint Eastwood? I have not. I think I've mostly seen the American westerns rather than the spaghetti variety. Not seen any macaroni westerns. I used to think westerns were super boring. Like, extremely boring. And I don't know what got me on a kick to watch them. I did see John Wayne's Alamo that put him in debt for like 11 years. And I was actually pretty impressed. I do like 1960s film. But they had like a ton of extras, like 8,000 extras or something like that for Santa Anna's Army. It was pretty cool. And we're going to be seeing the Alamo in February, so, you know, it felt right. Felt like the right time. Quigley Down Under. Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't think I've heard of that one. I might have to check that out. How is the remake of True Grit? I have not seen that. Jeremiah Johnson. There's a lot I don't know. Shout Once Upon a Time in the West. Yes, that is actually on my list to see. Is Jimmy Stewart in Once Upon a Time on the West? I was reading about it recently, trying to find good recommendations. My name is Jubei. I am second to none in swordsmanship. I must train until the day comes to carry out my mission. I have my reasons for working for the Lord of Onsaka now. Shut up! Don't bother my training. Well, that's not very nice. As the Lord wishes. Oh! I am the Lord of Onsaka. I will surely destroy Edon. Anyway, the strongest samurai swordsman in the world came to help me. So what? So we got I guess Edon is Edo. I already forget what this is. Onsaka, so this is Osaka. I know, what a jerk, right? Nice. Well, I'm going to have to see the True Grit remake. Because I did really like the original True Grit. I thought it was great. We watched the original Magnificent Seven recently. Actually, my kids really enjoyed that one. I wasn't expecting them to. That one's kind of lighter fare, too. I know some of the, especially the Eastwood ones, can be pretty intense. Maybe a little too intense for the kiddos. So trying to keep that balanced. But show them some cool stuff from the past as well. An Australian landowner who wants to clear his land of aboriginals. Oh, yeah. Puts out false advertising saying he's hiring suburbs hunt dingoes, believing the American soldier couldn't handle this. Sets up the movie. I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know. I don't know what put me in the mood for the gunslinging, but here we are. You know what? David's got to be in the front here. See, set makes me think that it should be there. And then Ryu, Ben, Arthur. Shaq! Oh, I forgot. Shark has basically had 0 level ups. So, Let's see. I would like to get back there. What is the fastest way to get there? I guess over the top. That's where we're going to have to head to. Yeah, we'll go up and over. It's like the best bet. Well, I'm going to have to check that out. Quigley and Once Upon a Time in the West. Sounds like a plan. Now, I think these guys are actually going to have a hard time here. This team is a little underleveled, but you know what? Bolt. Like how it went to the last one there. Okay, we can do Bolt again. And then Bene Boy, gotta do some healing on our good pal Ario. Many of the Japanese samurai movies that westerns their style after worth watching as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kurosawa. I do not remember Yojimbo very well, and apparently Fistful of Dollars is so close to being a remake of Yojimbo that Kurosawa sued over it and got a chunk of the money. So I'll have to go back and watch Yojimbo and check that out. I haven't seen a ton of samurai movies beyond Kurosawa, so there's just too many movies in the world. You know, you ever think of that? There's too many movies in the world to watch them all, realistically. What the heck. Oh, it looks like he'd be a student at Hogwarts instead of the guy. And he doesn't quite look like an alien yet who would say, "Like Ropfall's hammer, you will be avenged." Right, yeah, Magnificent Seven, Seven Samurai. I like both of those movies. Obviously, Seven Samurai is the better film. And I'm not just saying that because it's Japanese, because that's the kind of thing that people would say out there. But nope, it's the better film. But I liked both of those quite a bit. I will go long stretches where I don't watch hardly any movies. So it's been pretty nice to go through watching some movies. I've been also trying to find a I've been trying to find like a really good Western TV show, which has actually been a little challenging. Preferably classic. I do enjoy the classics. But I watched like an episode of Gunsmoke the other day, and I was like, this just makes me want to play the NES game. I'll be honest. Oh no, Arthur. The Rifleman. Was that a movie or a series? I don't know that I know of that one. I watched an episode of Bonanza with my kids. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch more Bonanza. It feels like I had to be there, kind of thing. But you know what, though? That theme song slaps. Oh, The Rifleman is a series? Cool. Watch Deadwood. One I've not heard of either. Rifleman is an older one, right? That's like a classic TV series. Deadwood I've not heard of. Yeah, like what? Like 50s, 60s old? I think it's black and white. I spotted it on the streaming. Famous HBO Western series. No. I don't keep up with TV. I really don't. One, there's too much of it. And two, I like to watch classics. So almost any time I hear any new thing talked about, it's just white noise to me. Unless I have like a really significant reason to be interested in watching it. Plus, I also don't have HBO Max right now, so have not seen of it at all. Like, it takes a lot for me to get invested into a series, I think. You know what? That's a lot of sharks. That's a lot of shacks. So we're just gonna run from those guys. I really want to get over here so I could buy new equipment. And then I feel like this will be an easier spot to do some leveling. Two seahorse. I think we can manage two seahorse. Yeah, we usually, what we do is we'll usually wait till around Black Friday time, Black Friday season these days, and see if there's any good deals for like the entire year. Sometimes you can get like locked into like a streaming service for like, ought to be like $3 a month, you know, for the whole year. So I don't think I spotted a good HBO Max deal this last time, so we didn't wind up picking it up. HBO Max been slipping too. They used to have a lot more stuff on there, and then they took things down. Like, I'm like, okay, HBO Max, if you're gonna have DC stuff, put all the DC stuff on there. Why would you take down Looney Tunes? You know, and just to give it to like friggin', I forget who has it now, like Tubi or something like that. Tubi. I was I was on streaming services the other day, just looking around, seeing what was on, and I saw that now there are Tubi originals. I'm like, who the heck is going on to like a free streaming service app to watch an original series? People watch the DC stuff? Yeah, they've been making superhero stuff on film since like the 40s. So yeah, there's a lot of DC stuff to watch, not just the Snyder stuff. DC animation, you cannot. I even enjoy it more than Marvel. See, I knew I liked Wolverine. DC animation, second to none. You've not lived until you've watched through the whole Timverse. I remember getting into it with a guy who you know, were arguing about DC on film, and he actually came out as basically admitting that he thought the first DC movie was Man of Steel. And I was like, are you kidding me? Have you never seen Batman 89? The greatest moment in all. I do like that moment. I don't like that movie, but I do like that moment. I do. If you've not seen Batman 89, come on. You at least got to see that. Batman 60s, so good. We were watching the Batman 66 film the other day. Adam West, Burt Ward, Cesar Romero, Frank Gorshin. Oh, I can't remember the name of the actress that they got for Catwoman on that one. Burgess Meredith as Penguin. All right, that's the one. Yeah. That's a great sequence too, because it's one of those like, who would win, and it's like, turns out Superman would win, which is what we all knew, you know. You'll talk to some fans, they'll be like, Wonder Woman will totally mop the floor with Superman, and you're like, nah, I don't think so. No, it was not Eartha Kitt on the film. It was Eartha Kitt in the series. On the film, it was a different actress. And then I think the series had multiple Catwoman actresses. Right, exactly. Which Batman with which Superman? That version of Superman and Batman, yeah. Was she blonde? I thought she was a brunette in in Batman 66. I have to look this up. Miss Kitka is her character name. She's like, da, comrade, da. And then she says, perfect. And nobody's like, why'd you say it like that? Because that would be a dead giveaway, right? If you're like, oh, Catwoman's out there on the loose. Could be anybody. And somebody's like, perfect. You'd be like, that's something only Catwoman would say. Oh, Lee Merriweather. That's who it was. Oh, yeah. That's a great movie. Imagine Superman throwing meteorites at Earth too. He'd have to get over his I don't want to hurt other people type thing. But yeah, if Superman cut loose, done. They never have to address Batman Beyond. I think a Batman Beyond was very much a Tim thing, a Bruce Timm thing. So I get why they're not really touching that too much. I like Batman Beyond though. Oh, Catwoman with kryptonite claws. So you know what they need to have with Superman is that he could see stuff coming, you know. Hey guys, aren't there many strange people on this island? By the way, will you tell me about your adventures? Yeah, sure. What time is it? 2:34. Cruising along. Weapons shop. Okay, we got the ninja sword. We got the Birkin sword. We got the bird sword. That's probably the best one right there. The broad sword. Wah, wah, wah. That's Clark Kent's things. I don't understand what you mean. Superman should be able to see stuff coming. I mean, sometimes they have him like, Superman, what do you have I see? And he does his like telescopic vision, you know. But not commonly. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. See what we got here. I'm using TartarusRPGClassics.com. This was sent to me by Landmine, I believe. Is this your site, Landmine? I do appreciate this very retro-styled background. I've got a website floating out there. That looks exactly like this somewhere. Okay, Burkett's Sword. Oh, you can actually use this. It's got 19 power. Hit percentage will rise. How about the Ninja Sword? 18 power. So the Ninja Sword is worse than the Broken Sword. Explain that to me. Well, maybe it's Bracken Sword, like made of like bracken that grows on trees. Maybe it's not broken at all. And Broad Sword is gonna be a good one to get here. And then there's also Battle Axe. 29 or 28. Oh, yeah. This is the one. Let's get that for everybody. 3 of these, please. RPGs that let you buy things in bulk. God bless them. Battle Axe. Battle Axe. And... there we go. Battle Axe. Oh, yeah. Decked out with the cool stuff. Oh, maybe you can reforge it into Anduril, the Flame of the West. Thank you for that. A broadsword, Bork Bork. Clark Kent is... oh, yeah, like he can turn it off, right? Or he can kind of tune things out. I think it was the Injustice series of books that was like, he can, like, because he could hear everybody's heartbeat simultaneously, right? That would get really annoying. But like he fine-tuned his senses to only hear Lois' heartbeat all the time. So like he's got this kind of like, I can tune things out. So maybe that's why. I know what you mean about go mode. You'd be too strong. I feel like that's more like the Grant Morrison territory. Like I like Superman when he is too strong, because then they have him like, hey, fight, you know, an entire dimension, or fight like gravity personified. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for sure it's a mistranslation. Yeah. That's the fun part about it. The mistranslation. Ninja Swoot. Look at the let's use Warhelm. So I'll get 3 Warhelms. 2, 3. And Lev's shoes. I don't know. Let's buy one. Check it out. We got the ninja suit. Oh, we're full up. Never mind. I gotta manage this inventory again. What did I buy? Warhelms. We bought the Warhelms. They just wanted to make this as complex as possible, just to equip one thing. People tend to forget Superman is also super intelligent. Yeah, sometimes they don't write him that way, which is a shame. But there are plenty of books in which Superman is pretty darn intelligent. You know, he's got tons of alien languages memorized. He's a great leader and critical thinker. I feel like in a Justice League context, they always try to tone him down because he's a little too super. Gladiator in the Marvel Universe is a Superman ripoff. Yeah, they've got like 5 or 6 Superman ripoffs in the Marvel Universe. I mean, because why wouldn't you? You know, like, this is the golden boy. Of course you'd rip off Superman. Okay, we did that. Who's next? This guy right here. You know what I wish had been the case? I wish that they had done a movie with Adam West's Batman, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, and Adam West's Batman. I really would have loved to have seen that. If I had a time machine. I would have said Michael Keaton's Batman, but I think it was a little too late. In terms of time passed. Oh, he's got the Warhelm equipped. Okay. So, is there anything else here for me? We have the mid-sword. Don't need that. Yeah, sell off some of this stuff here. Let's see. Should have been called Swordbreaker. So how would they have fit? Well, they could have just SWRD BRKR, I guess, would have been it. Instead of Broken Sword, it would have been Swordbreaker. That's a very key difference. His mental powers that don't get mentioned a lot. Yeah. He can read super fast, right? See, and that's the thing, right? Major Rage, you're spot on. Is like a lot of people will judge Superman based on watching like one so-so Superman movie. And unfortunately, that means you wind up with a pretty shallow view of the character. Because they can be pretty shallow films, you know? You can't blame people for that. Reading comic books especially. I will say, reading comic books especially is an ask. It's a lot to ask. A couple more of these. Okay, there you go. Didn't Batman somehow defeat Superman? Yeah, it depends on the version. I mean, they've fought dozens and dozens of times. So, Batman has shot and killed gods. Superman has pushed planets out of orbit. These guys have been around for like 80 years, so. Omni-Man? Oh, yeah. Or are we talking about crossover stuff? Yeah, as long as he isn't full of adrenaline. Where he loses it is when it comes to his family. That's where he starts losing control. Too much emotion. Batman can beat all the Justice League one-on-one. Now, did we ever see Batman use those things to take them all down one-on-one? I don't know. I know there's the Tower of Babel storyline in which Ra's al Ghul steals those files from Batman and then takes down the members of the Justice League. You bet you could beat Batman? Maybe in hot takes. I don't know. Like, what's a Batman hot take? Don't know. Like, he'd be like, Final Fantasy 16 is somewhat underrated. And you'd be like, wow, what a hot take, Batman. Thanks very much. Oh, those are worse. Those are worse than long boots. Ninja suit. Just out of curiosity. We got the leather armor. I mean, I guess that's it. This guy, because he can't. Yeah. Okay, Arthur's turn. Some of these guys can't equip nothing. I get he's the nice guy. He's the priest. Oh, we already had leather shoes. Okay, shock. Better replace that chainmail already. There we go. Shoes and leather shoes. Hey, he can use them. Alfred is stronger than Batman. In what way? Like, he's probably stronger than Batman in terms of like emotional stability. You know, that's probably pretty accurate. In terms of mental health, Batman's probably a lot weaker than Alfred. But if are we talking physical strength? Because then probably not. All right, we did it. We cleared the whole of page 4. It can be done. And again, what do you guys mean in terms of stronger? Are we rating power levels here? Edon is more modern than Onsaka. Well, that sounds like something somebody from Edon would say. You can't move ahead in the world using Onsaka ways. They're old and outdated. Playing in Edon is the most interesting. Brain always wants to say Udon. Now this reminds me of playing in Way the Ninja, and I will hold that against Secret of the Stars forever. New game, Secret of Alfred? Where Alfred went wild? What are we talking about? What are you talking about? This has got to be from an animated thing. Unless you're just talking about Alfred went wild by, like, telling off Batman or something. It is said that the old man who lives here was a famous scholar. Actually, he knows many things, but I don't like his interfering in my life. That is a very personal remark. Interesting. Mark your cards. Mark your cards. Who are you? Don't worry about an old man like me. Just listen to me. Here's the story about the treasure of Edon. Well, there were 2 stones that hides this world's mysterious power. One of the 2 is in this country. If you gather those, you can wake the ancient large animal of the legendary cove. The huge animal is called Kirkes or something. You can see using the old book. The old book. Alright, so one of the stones is in this town. So we're going to look around. Red Hood is the best Robin. That is a hot take. That is definitely a hot take. Not a huge... Now, I note you didn't say Jason Todd. Because Jason Todd, when he was still Robin, absolutely almost as bad as Damian. I'm not a huge Damian fan. I think the best Robin is always going to be Dick Grayson. It was an animated series. Yeah, which one? Do you remember? Like, what did he take? Venom? Or what is went wild? I need details. Details. Only need to come up with one last square and the card is done. Oh, do we need to, do we need to brainstorm something? I have an elder sister living in Onsaka and working for its lord there. Its lord. Let's see. What do you got on there? You got music or singing, or I'm sure you probably got voices. Probably got a Nintendo reference, Tolkien reference. You probably have. Do you have like OCD level discussion of video game properties, qualities, elements, and mechanics? Because that's my favorite thing to do around here. I almost never get to do it. Too many barrels to check. I don't want to check all that stuff. People in bed here. Are they all sleeping? Seems that way. Yep. I like, though, that even though they're sleeping, they turn to look at you when you talk to them to find out that they're snoring. This guy. You're a soldier. You don't look strong. Well, I have something to ask of you. You're a soldier. You don't look strong. Well, I have something to ask of you. And then he says nothing. Oh, this game. Gotta love that there shaking the stars. Question mechanic. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, that's good. That makes me happy. I'm glad to know it. Oh, you got a link here? Let me see. Secret rooms in the beds. Secret rooms in the beds. Oh yeah, this is later DC animation right here. Oh, so he's straight up, yeah. He beats 2 D level villains with his bare hands. Let's go there. Oh, what happens to the Mad Hatter? They tried to save him. And then he did. That was a cool clip. That is from Batman Bad Blood, which I've seen a long time ago. Secret of the Beds? Well, a spot on the card for Wayne Wayne gets lost in an RPG and has to consult a guide online. That does happen. Is that a characteristic of Red and his lack of knowledge on a first playthrough? Uniquely? Probably. Antidote. Got it. Got it. So consulting a guide is going to be on the bingo card. You guys. I want to see this thing. Oh, special bed, I guess. It's over in a room by itself. That must mean... You know the Red podcast? Oh, that's very kind. I thought about podcasting again, but I don't know. You gotta have a good strong hook, you know? Comedians in cars getting coffee. We could do gamers online being awful. That could be your title. That rip on us, so I'm not just picking. Now I know. And I wouldn't care if you were picking on me anyway. Oh no, we got Birkin Moon. And Drag Sword. Okay. It's either wearing a certain outfit and makeup, or it's a dragon sword. One of those two things. It's a shame because there are so many possibilities for abbreviating these names that could have either been more accurate or more easy to understand, or more specific, if you like. Let's see. Can't use Broken Moon. That sounds like a... No, I was going to say a ninja thing, but it's not. I'm not really sure what it is. Let me find out. Yeah, there it is. Exactly. That's the title. You should be the first guest. Oh my goodness. Have I listened to the game? Oh yeah, has Wasey listened to it? I was like, have I listened to the episodes with me on it? I love when Bill contacts me to be on that show. He and I always talk way too long. But I love Bill to death. He's such a nice guy. He's gonna check the guide. Oh yeah, right now I'm checking the guide. I'm gonna see what Broken Moon is. Oh, but the clarifier that that Ninja said, or Temper, beg your pardon, using your old username, is when Red gets lost. When Red gets lost on an RPG. I'm not lost right now, but I am checking to see what this item is. So I don't know if that counts. If you put consulting a guide, period, that's going to be pretty common. There it is. Broken Moon restores some NP. Okay. So it's like a broken version of the Moon Drop, I guess. They could have called it a half moon, honestly. Because the Moon Drop recovers all MP, but a Broken Moon recovers some MP. Call you whatever you want? Okay, darling. Bill's very nice, yeah. I like Bill a lot. Bill, I think one of the coolest things about Bill is he comes off as genuinely positive. There is so much fake positivity out there. You ever heard of toxic positivity? It exists, believe it or not. And there's a lot of fake positivity out there, but Bill is one of those that like genuinely seems to enjoy what he does, enjoy talking to people, all that. It's very rampant. I mean, if you've ever encountered fandoms, you know what's up. Country of Edon, yeah, blah, 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 blah. On the other hand, population in Onsaka stays the same. Okay, I think that's everything here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I missed anything up here. We did get a hint about the moon ball or whatever it was, the moonstone, the stone. I'm gonna waltz up here. I'm gonna traipse up there even. Oh wait, hang on. What are we talking about? This is like 80% toxic positivity. The FF fandom's pretty bad at it. Yeah. Okay, look at this way. Luffy pre-time skip takes less than half a year. Whoa, what are you talking about, Wilderhead? Oh, okay. I was like trying to follow. I was like, what? I must have missed something, but it was the wrong tab. Hey, okay, bye. Cinco play. Cinco, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live. Oh no! One Piece spoilers. Just kidding, I don't care. I'll probably will never see One Piece. Don't worry about it. You are soldiers. You came at the right time. Won't you help this town? The Lord of Onsaka hired a very strong swordsman. Edon will be beaten if things stay the same. If Onsaka acts, there won't be real peace. We must beat that samurai. If you do, you'll get our country's treasure. Okay? Thank you. That swordsman's name is Jubei. Counting on you. Alright, I'm gonna go do it. Yeah, I've never seen it. I probably never will, so don't worry about it. It's all good. That might be a red flag for somebody else, but not for me. No problem. No harm done. Yeah, we'll just keep going. I do like how they have like very European style houses here. Second 9 in swordsmanship. I must train until the day comes to carry out my mission. I have my reasons for working for the Lord of Onsaka now. What? You are an Edon spy? Let's fight now. One Jubei. Hey, that's a cool sprite. Right there. That is a cool sprite. I like that quite a bit. Okay, let's see. What does land do? I'm gonna try that. Oh, you know what? Step. I don't remember what that does. Cody, you're just gonna swing. Try bomb. 47, that wasn't bad. Oh, I missed it. What did it say? It was so fast. Okay, what does land do? Well, it starts busting out the crit hits. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think if they're a pirate, I mean, pirates are thieves. Pirates might be heroes to themselves, but pirates were not nice people. Ninja Scroll movie? I don't think I've seen that. Chewing bubblegum? Yeah, yo-yo tricks. Yeah, I can see that you're children who survive wading through lava. Your ally got cured. Okay, so it's like a remedy? Why is it called land? Indigo, how about princess movie? Land is death? I mean, what a weird name for a spell. Does this website have a list of spells? I mean, I can see spells that individual characters can learn. Okay, I see enemies, equipment, intro, items, leveling maps, secrets, shopping list, treasure list, walkthrough. Yeah, I'm not seeing a list of spells here. Let's see. Scroll up here. Land has multiple effects. Your Google Doc has every effect of land written on it. If only I had your Google Doc. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore some of these spells. I'm gonna try this here. I'm gonna try some of this here. Combine's not doing much for me. Just keep playing around with it, I guess, here. Oh, you got the Black Mage Redemption. Congrats on being a Black Mage. So much of those, I don't have it set up right now. I beg your pardon. And we will do some healing. Using it to remove a buff or like a dispel. Yeah, I wonder why they went with land. That's weird. Try storm. 43. That's not too shabby. 21. I feel like magic is doing me pretty good here. Ooh, I did accidentally hit auto. My bad. I'm down for these sound effects right here, let me tell you that. Let me see if I can catch here. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Okay, magic seeming like the way to go for damage output. Cody, you are going to be the bread guy. Use some bread here. Stream is helping you get through sewing. Oh, that's rad. Ah, easy peasy. Battle's over. Job's done. Oh, job's finished. That's what it is. Not job's done. I see. You win. My name is Jubei Akustera. Let's fight together. Jubei Jojo! Cool. Neat. I like when bosses join your party. Don't wait here. I'll catch up with you later. What about your employer? Wouldn't he be like, hey, Jubei was beaten. I can't believe it. Darn it. Remember, I will make the people of Edon surrender someday. You know what? If only you just hired some children. That would have solved all your problems. Let's see. Did I find it? Your Google Doc? Or the magic list? Bet Jubei is level 1? That's totally how it is. Totally is that way. Let's see if we can't find a little Western relaxation at last. No, I didn't look for your Google Doc. Actually, I don't know where I would look. At all. I have no idea where I would even look. Okay, let's go back to Edon. Oh, I'm gonna take my boat. Hey, land creatures. Sorry, air creatures. There we go. Do a little auto. There we go. Hey, my dude, I beat the guy. Oh, you guys. Did you say you destroyed Jubei? You've done it! Relations with Onsaka will be better now. Thank you very much. I'll give you this instead of money. It's an item of tradition. An old legend says, when the red and blue meet, something great appears. It's hard to know its meaning, but this is a precious item. Take good care of it. Sweet, we got the red orb, so I guess we'll look for the blue orb. Now, what do you have to say for yourself? This island has become quite peaceful. How nice. Sweet. I enjoy that we found that just from kind of aimlessly looking around the map. You know, things that are findable via exploration. I appreciate that. Without being too cryptic. Oh, why am I taking the long way around again? I don't know. I'm pop in and talk to this guy. Who are you? Don't worry about an old man like me. Just listen to me. Okay, there's a story. And, okay, we got the one in this country. All right. I was also told about a continent above the continent, so we'll go up there and look at that sometime. Now, where was Uncle Save here? There he is. Uncle Save. He's a good guy. Okay, I guess that'll be it for me for today. We hit our normal 2-hour quota, and it's been fun. It's been real. Let's face it, it's been real. I didn't expect, I didn't think anybody was gonna show up today. I'm glad y'all did. Thanks for being here. It's a Sunday. I had no idea what was gonna happen. You never really know. It could be good. It could be bad. Let's see if there's anybody I really know on today. Oh, Holy Rusted Metal is a guy who wrote for our website. So we are gonna go over there. Give him a follow, would you? He's a really nice dude. I've spent a lot of time chatting with him. So back to Enduring Snowmageddon. You can do it. I believe. All right, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay warm. Bye-bye.